Hello, welcome back, I'm Statman Dave, and today we're going to be answering the question, how do Manchester United beat Barcelona with Coral? Make sure to subscribe if you're new and like that goddamn video. Anyway, let's get this party started. Manchester United faced Barcelona in the Champions League over two legs for the first time since 2008, and we all know how that ended. But if Manchester United are to progress to the next round, there's a lot they've got to deal with. Under Valverde, Barcelona have lined up in a 4-4-2, Lionel Messi as a striker. Off the ball, they defend in a 4-4-2, leaving both strikers in offensive counter-attacking positions. The understanding between Messi and Suarez makes Barcelona so dangerous on the counter. And despite averaging 61% possession in La Liga this season, only Sevilla have had more counter-attacks than the Catalan club. In attack, Barcelona's 4-4-2 transitions to a 2-2-4-2 or a 2-2-5-1 depending on where Lionel Messi decides to play in his free role. Key to their system is their fullbacks. They play so aggressively and often are in acres of space when the opposition try to double up on Messi or when their wingers drift inside, creating that space out wide. But for all their stellar names, they are so reliant on the brilliance of Lionel Messi. Despite scoring 33 goals and registering 12 assists in La Liga this season, his most productive since 2014-15 and being directly involved in 56% of his side's goals, this isn't the same Barcelona. Last season was the first time since 2011-12 that Barcelona failed to score 100 goals in La Liga. And if they maintain their current scoring rate, they'll fail to hit that milestone once again. The key to stopping Barcelona is to stop Lionel Messi. Whilst that's somewhat always been the case, Barcelona have had a fantastic supporting cast that have grabbed the goals. But this season is the first time that Luis Suarez has been directly involved in less than a goal per game, and both Ousmane Dembele and Philippe Coutinho have failed to nail down places in the starting 11. But even if Barcelona's supporting stars aren't firing, how do you even stop Lionel Messi? Manchester United can take lessons from Atletico Madrid's recent performance against the Catalans. Despite playing with 10 men for over an hour, it took a goal from outside the box to break the deadlock in the 85th minute. Atletico didn't commit to a man-to-man system on Lionel Messi, instead defending in a zonal system. Historically, this has been the most successful strategy of dealing with Messi. Take Inter in the 2010 season. Simeone adopted this approach, with players picking up Messi if he enters their zone. Saul Partey and Felipe Luis employed this perfectly, passing him on between zones as Messi drifted before quickly returning to their shape. Atletico funneled Messi inside rather than outside and pushed him into the most congested area of the defensive shape, making sure they had bodies around the ball. They managed to slow Messi down when running with the ball whilst also cutting off forward passing lanes, or if he was close to the halfway line, Atletico defenders would foul Messi. United have to make sure they don't commit fouls in and around the box, with Messi scoring 9 more goals from direct free kicks than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues over the past 5 seasons. Barcelona's reliance on Messi is so blatant that teams have started creating pass lane traps around the Argentine, almost advertising that pass into Messi before cutting out or immediately tackling the playmaker, and then breaking quickly. Valencia did this perfectly for their first goal at the Nou Camp in La Liga. They defended in a 4-4-2 but pressed in a diamond, forcing Vidal to play a pass into Messi, before Parejo won the ball back, played it directly into the striker's feet. Gramero then laid it off to Rodrigo, who carried over the pitch before playing in the Frenchman, who finished. And Manchester United have the players to exploit this. Both Ander Herrera and Nemanja Matic are excellent defending their box, winning more tackles and interceptions than any other Manchester United midfielders, and both Marcus Rashford and Romelu Lukaku are excellent on the counter. If United are brave and go after Barcelona, they will get goal-scoring opportunities. But the final key to stopping Messi comes in team selection. Manchester United should line up in a 4-4-2 that transitions to a 3-4-1-2 and attack like they did in Paris. In this system, Diogo Dalot has to play right wing to cover Jordi Alba's marauding runs. Everything Barcelona do goes through Lionel Messi, and he loves that pass from the inside right to outside left channel. We saw this against Atletico, Messi dropping deep on the ball and Coutinho dragging the right back inside. This opened up massive space for Alba to attack and caught Koke out. Messi played the ball over the top, Alba hit the post. As a fullback, Delo would be more likely to cover this run and would allow United to drop into a back five whilst not being outnumbered centrally. But he'd also transition back into a defensive shape quickly, and this is going to be key. A feature of Barcelona's 4-4-2 is their threat on the counter, and it's so important to not allow Messi a 1v1 situation in the counter-attack. United could do this by playing Luke Shaw in more of a reserve role, whilst having both Young and Delo in the side. The young Portuguese defender would also add quality delivery from wide areas. If you think that Manchester United have got what it takes to beat Barcelona, we've got some great odds from Coral that are in the link in the description below for United to go on and win the Champions League. Of course, make sure to gamble responsibly, and you've got to be over the age of 18, and terms and conditions do apply on the Coral website. But even if Manchester United stop Barcelona, they all need to score goals in order to progress. On the counter is where United will have the most joy. As we mentioned before, Barcelona's fullbacks push so high up the pitch, they leave their centre-backs really exposed to quick transitions. And neither Lenglet or Pique are the quickest defender. Solskjaer has been happy to exploit this. We saw wins over Arsenal, Chelsea and Spurs by leaving their forwards in aggressive positions. In an almost if you don't score, we'll score on the counter. And he needs to take that threat on the counter into the game against Barcelona. Teams have exploited Barca either by playing through balls for runs from left to right in behind the left centre-back, or by playing splitting passes between the centre-halves, playing through the middle. And this is where Rashford is going to be key to United's success. Since returning from injury, Rashford has looked lively and has scored in his last two starts for United. But it's his relationship with Romelu Lukaku that could really unlock Barcelona. Barca have really struggled against two-man strike pairings. They've conceded 2 or more goals on 8 occasions in La Liga this season, but 7 of those were playing against 2 strikers. The 2 direct outballs to the strikers make it difficult for Barcelona's midfield to cut those passing lanes off, and with the pace in behind, the centre-backs can't step up to intercept. Valencia's first goal not only highlighted how to coax balls into Messi, but how to cut through Barcelona's midfield. It took 1 pass for Valencia to get a 2v2, and that came from a direct pass into the striker's feet before a layoff to his strike partner. Atletico also showed that you can force passes into the striker's feet before laying off to midfield runners to gain yards higher up the pitch. Atletico had some joy in playing from midfield into Costa before getting it out to the wings and delivering crosses. Barcelona don't have the same pressing intensity that you associate with the club. Instead, they almost like to sit off and encourage crosses before they can counter. The trouble comes from quality deliveries and getting bodies into the box. Diogo Dalot would add quality from the right, but the other key player to beating Barcelona is Paul Pogba. Pogba was at his best under Solskjaer when he got beyond the forwards and got into the box. He was devastating against both Bournemouth and Chelsea doing this. Barcelona also struggle with their opponents getting in behind their midfield, and United's shape in possession will create that situation for Manchester United. Since his sending off at PSG, Pogba has been directly involved in just 3 goals, with 1 in his last 7. But Pogba has the quality, and his performances at the World Cup for France suggest he becomes more focused at the latter stages of top competitions. But United have a chance against Barcelona simply because of Barcelona's defensive fragility. Barcelona have already conceded more goals than they did in the last 3 out of the last 4 campaigns. There will be goals in this tie against Barca, and United have to score to progress. Barcelona are taking La Liga as a canter and aren't used to teams attacking them or chasing games, and if United start aggressively and score early, they could massively upset Barcelona's rhythm. But anyway guys, what do you think? Can Manchester United beat Barcelona? This video has been brought to you with Coral, and if you want to check out any of the bets, the link will be in the description below. I've been Statman Dave. Make sure of course to subscribe if you're new and like that goddamn video. Anyway, let's continue this Champions League party. Thanks for watching guys. If you haven't heard already, we've partnered with Squawka, and we'd really appreciate it if you could come over and support us by clicking their channel. And if you like what you're seeing, why not drop them a subscribe? Alternatively, if you've enjoyed this content, why not check out one of my recent videos?